Welcome to Lesson 1 of OpenOffice Calc. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the basics of spreadsheets. Before I go any further, let me first explain a little about OpenOffice. OpenOffice is an Office suite package originally designed by Sun Microsystems. OpenOffice is much like Microsoft Office, but it is free to use. The software can be freely downloaded and used. OpenOffice Calc is much like using Microsoft Excel. A spreadsheet is a grid of data divided into numbered rows and lettered columns. For example, row 1, row 2, row 3, and so on. Column A, column B, column C, and so on. Each block in this grid is called a cell, which is basically the intersection between the column and the row. A cell has a lettered column and a numbered row, which is called a cell address. Example, if we look at this particular cell, it is called cell A4, which implies the intersection of column A and row 4. Let's look at cell B8. This would imply the intersection between column B and row 8. And if we look at one more example, cell C7 would imply the intersection between column C and row 7. An active cell address is located in the name box of the spreadsheet. There's the name box of the spreadsheet. Each cell can store 3 data types. Firstly, a cell can contain a text. Example, Bishar. Secondly, a cell can store numeric data. For example, 27. And thirdly, a cell can store a formula or a function. For example, equal to 5 plus 7. And we press the enter key. In addition to these 3 data types, a cell can store dates as well as it can store time. Let's look at an example of a date, say 12th May 2012, and an example of a time, let's just say 1400 hours. In Calc, a file or document is considered a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet consists of worksheets. A worksheet is a page of data in your spreadsheet. A spreadsheet may contain as many worksheets as you want. However, by default, all newly opened Calc spreadsheets have 3 worksheets. To view the contents of a worksheet, simply click on its tab at the bottom left-hand corner of the Calc window. Let us now have a look at the Calc interface. On the top of the spreadsheet, we have what we call is the title bar. The title bar consists of the name of the document or spreadsheet. Below the title bar, we have the menu bar, which contains the main menus or tabs of the Calc module. For example, the File tab, the Edit tab, the View tab, the Insert tab, and so on. Below the menu bar, we have what we call is the Function toolbar, which provides user access to function icons such as Open, Save, Cut, Copy, Paste, and so on. Below the Function toolbar is the Object toolbar, which consists of a set of tools that are specific to a calculation, and cell formatting, which includes number format, text alignment, and so on. Finally, below the Object toolbar, we have what we call is the Calculation toolbar. The Calculation toolbar is intended for the entry of formula and is also shows you the position of the cursor within the spreadsheet. On the left or on the right of the interface is the instrument toolbar, which provides the tools that you will need to work with in your spreadsheet. In the spreadsheet itself, we have columns, for example, column A, column B, column C, and so on. And we have rows, row 1, row 2, row 3, and so on. We also have a cell, which is the intersection between a row and a column. An active cell is where the cursor is positioned and is identified by a thick border around it. At the bottom left-hand corner of the interface, as we have seen earlier, we have the 3 default worksheets called Sheet 1, Sheet 2, and Sheet 3. Below the worksheets, we have what we call is the status bar.